Hey guys, Sebastian here. So I wanted to make a video about how I feel my transition from female to male, changing my role in this society as full-time living as male, and changing my physical appearance to feel more comfortable in my own skin has really seemed to make a lot of sense, obviously. But I mean, I'm starting to really realize how much this is pretty much the missing piece. Transitioning is pretty much my missing puzzle piece over why I felt so empty for so many years. And the further I go into this and the more steps that I take, it just makes so much sense. And I'm just like, well, we'll do a little bit of this, we'll do a little bit of that. And then, the more I go into it, the more I'm like, well, duh. And why didn't I know this sooner? And I feel a little silly sometimes because I feel now that it's so obvious. And how did I not know this apparently so much sooner, Took me so many years, 24 years, but 16 years if you count when I started questioning my gender, but 24 years to actually do something about it. And I guess some people don't realize until a little bit later in life, a lot of it later in life. And some people know, like, as children, they're just like, yep, this is me, let's do this. And this is just my journey, So at a very young age, I had serious anger issues. I was talking to my dad about it the other day. I was just such an angry child. Just get angry if I didn't get my way. Mind you, as I say these things happen. These experiences happen to people quite regularly. Doesn't mean that they're trans deep down if they have these same experiences. I'm just talking about my journey and things to me that make sense, and how to me it's kind of obvious. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so I had a lot of anger issues, and I would take them out on my brother and my cousins and just rage out, get so angry. It just I think it was because I wasn't seen for myself, and everyone was calling me my birth name and female pronouns and stuff, and I think maybe that upset me, and they weren't treating me like how I felt. They were treating me like this weaker person. And I'm not talking about one specific group of people, it's everyone. Even though I'm male, I'm still very much a feminist in the fact that everyone is able to do anything and everything, and whichever gender they are, doesn't mean that they're greater or less than anyone. And it's just I feel when I was a kid, as a girl, everyone was no, you can't do that, you're not allowed to do that, you can't act like that, that's not ladylike. And if it was switched, little boy, you can't cry, you can't show sadness, tough it up, be a man, you got this, you can take care of yourself. All these things, are a full cycle for everyone. Everyone can be sensitive and strong and tough and fast and gentle and, all these things. And rant. So that was one aspect. And then growing into preteen, I was pretty depressed, instantly. The moment I hit puberty, 13, I was instant depressed, crying nonstop all the time. My mom asked me why I was crying all the time. Sorry the camera's so shaky, I'm holding this up. My mom asked me why I'm crying all the time, and I said, I don't know, I'm just so sad. I guess pretty much the moment estrogen was pumping my body, I was probably no, my mind probably didn't like that. Crying all the time, sad all the time, nothing was helping. So I got started on antidepressants, and a year later, I was dealing with some suicidal thoughts, and so I got put on, and then with evaluations and stuff, I got put on bipolar meds. So I got diagnosed with bipolar and antidepressant and anxiety all at 15. So I was on a cocktail of medicine, dealing with the ups and downs of that, and like mood swings and depressive and anxiety episodes, and how my life fit accordingly to that, and moving back and forth between my parents and school and life on those meds. Fast forward 8 years later, and I finally decided, like, I don't feel like I'm much of a person. I don't really know who I am. All I ever amounted to with thoughts of myself were that I was just fucked up. I'm just crazy. I didn't know what my personality was. I didn't know what I liked and didn't like. I didn't know what I could do or what interested me. Everyone considered me pretty much a zombie, and they would make fun of me all the time for, having lack of emotions and not really responding appropriately to scenarios in life. And I just got sick of it. I was like, there's more to me than this. I'm not just a pill popping nobody, I had so much in my head and my soul that I just wanted to show. And so July 2012, I finally was like, no more. I took myself all 6 to 8 different types of medicine and tried to live my life for me, and tried to live my life and see who I was, And took myself off the meds, started working at Whole Foods, learned a lot about food, started eating healthier, stopped drinking as much, stopped drinking energy drinks, learned a lot about my interests, even more, and dropped like 75 pounds, stopped being on meds, started living healthier, started working out. Fast forward a few years later, every year that has gone by since I stopped medicine, I've gotten to know myself tenfold in each year. That much more, that much more, that much more. And I think that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. And so I'm really glad that I'm doing that. I feel like transitioning has been the missing puzzle piece. All my life I've been searching for, like, adding on to this list of what was wrong with me. Adding on to this list of, like, there's another thing that's wrong with me. There's another thing that just doesn't make sense about me. And then finally when I decided to come out, and every step since, it's been like, that's what's right with me. You know what I mean? And then now I start looking at myself like, look what's good with you. Look what's right with you. Look at all these wonderful things in your life. It's a complete 180, So that's what I wanted to share. And I think it's fantastic. And I'm really excited. My life is turning around. It's been turned around, but I keep walking up that hill, guys. See you later. Thanks for watching.